Hey everybody, Captain B-Nard back here with another Wi-Fi battle. Very exciting day today because I am back with a brand new singles team, which we will get into in just 1 second here. It is my first singles team, first battles as well, post DLC. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Our opponent for this game is going to be Dre, random person offline. So yeah, there you can see the new team on the left-hand side there, and it is going to be composed of a bunch of familiar faces that I haven't used in a little bit of time here. So we have the Weezing, the Mew, the Empoleon, and the Sylveon. I haven't used that in quite some time. And then we're also going to have the Cetitan and the Ogerpon Hearthflame form, some new Pokemon that I haven't used before. Obviously, the Ogerpon, a new Pokemon here from the Teal Mask, Scarlet and Violet DLC Part 1. And before anybody says anything, yes, I do understand that this Pokemon was just quick ban from Smogon. However, Smogon can kiss my ass because this Pokemon has only existed for about a week now, so I'm going to use it anyway. So, looking at the opponent's team, looks to be very strong and well balanced. A lot of Pokemon, or at least a few Pokemon there on that haven't been in the game until the DLC. They were brought back in the DLC, I should say. So, not much time to decide what we want to lead with here. I think we're actually just going to go with the Weezing. And we'll see how that works out. So, once again, I am very excited to use this team in battle, getting back into some singles games here, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Got a new look and everything, and so yeah, it looks like the opponent is going to go ahead and lead with the Grimmsnarl, as we led with the Weezing. So this is pretty good for us, actually. I think what we're going to do here... I don't think it's really worth getting the Toxic Spikes up right now, to be honest, because he has a lot of Pokemon that it either doesn't affect or doesn't do anything to, or he can absorb them. So I think we're just going to go for a Sludge Bomb here, see what he wants to do right out of the gate, as he's got a Taunt, which is actually perfect for us, so we couldn't go for the hazards anyway, as now we're going to go for the Sludge Bomb on this thing, taking it down, almost taking it out in one shot, knocking it into the red, but it does survive. So, at this point, I think what we want to do here... He has a lot of switches to his Sludge Bomb. I doubt he's going to want to lose this thing outright. So what is he going to want to switch into a Sludge Bomb? He has a lot of options. I think we just go for a Fire Blast here and see what he wants to do. That's our play, as he does withdraw. So what is he going to go into to take a Sludge Bomb? It is going to be the... Scissor. That's absolutely perfect. So we go for the Fire Blast, and unfortunately, of course, we have to miss. So we made the right call there. That would have been incredible, but unfortunately we missed. So he's probably not going to want to stay in on this matchup now that he knows we have Fire Blast. So, knowing that, I think we just switch into the Empoleon here. I think that's our play, so that's what we're going to do, as indeed he does switch the Scissor out. Looks like he outspeeds the Weezing anyway, and he's going to switch directly into the Slowking, which is fine, as we go ahead and switch into our Empoleon. So, there it is. So yeah, I think in this situation, we're just going to go ahead and go for the Stealth Rock, get the entry hazard up on him, as there's going to be a lot of switching in this game, I'm sure. We do outspeed, so the Stealth Rock is going to go up, which is great, as he is going to go ahead and go for a Chilly Reception, which is fine. He's going to do that, which is going to set the Snowstorm on the battlefield, or make it snow, and it is going to pivot him out, of course, obviously. So what is he going to come in with off of that? Let's see. He does have a number of options, obviously. So what is it going to be? It is going to be the Scissor. So he's going to come in with that. He's going to take some Stealth Rock damage. Now, he very well could just go ahead and go for a Defog here. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually just going to stay in here. He could have a fighting move for us, but I think what we're going to do is we're actually just going to stay in and go for a Surf here, as he goes for a Trailblaze, so that's interesting. Not going to do much damage, but it is going to give him a speed increase as we go for a Surf in return, and that is going to knock him all the way down to about a quarter HP, which is great damage, and then we do get some HP back with the leftovers. So he might not have the fighting move on deck for us. I'm kind of thinking he might not, just based on what we've seen out of this thing so far. But obviously we don't know. He is at an increased speed right now. I think... What do we do? That is the question. I think we just go for another Surf here. I think that's probably the play, so that's what we're going to do. As he does go for the Defog this time, which is incredible. It's going to go ahead and drop our Evasiveness, which is going to trip our Competitive to sharply increase our Special Attack, which is amazing. It does get rid of the rocks, but that's fine as we go for the Surf and take the Scissor out, knocking him down to 5. So that is pretty incredible for us, as we are going to, of course, get some HP back with the leftovers. So we're sitting at that +2 special attack now with the Empoleon, which is pretty amazing. We'll see what he wants to bring in. Now it is going to be the Infernape. So we're going to have a big choice to make on our hands here, because he, at +2 special attack, we could do some serious damage with the Empoleon here. However, the Infernape could do some big damage and or take us out with a fighting move here. So I think the question is, do we want to go all in on Empoleon right now to potentially get rid of the Infernape? And I think we actually do want to do that. So we're going to go ahead and pop our Terra, terastallizing into a flying type, losing all of our weaknesses that the Infernape could hit us for anyway, and we're going to go for the Surf here. So we'll see how this plays out. Gonna terastallize our Empoleon into a flying type here, which is going to let us lose the fighting and ground weaknesses, obviously. As the Infernape is going to go for a Drain Punch, not going to do too much damage to us thanks to that type change. We are going to go for the Surf in return, and that is going to cleanly one-shot the Infernape from that range and knock him down to 4. So that is incredible for us. Empoleon getting its time to shine here. We're making the Penguin fly with that Terra, as we do get some HP back with the leftovers. So that is pretty incredible for us. So we'll see what he wants to bring in response. It is going to be the Grimmsnarl, so that thing's coming in. He could definitely taunt us. He knows we have Stealth Rock, but at +2 special attack, I don't know that there's any reason for us to not just continue to chip away at his team. So I think we just go for the Surf. That's what we're going to do, as he goes for the Torment, which is interesting. So that's going to make it so we can't use the same attack multiple times in a row. So we go for the Surf here. It will obviously be more than enough to finish the Grimmsnarl from that range, dropping him down to 3. So Empoleon, the snow is going to go away here as well. Empoleon absolutely putting in work in this game, which is incredible, as we get some HP back with the leftovers. So Empoleon is really shining here, and that is awesome. So now he's going to go ahead and come in with the Gliscor, and he's probably doing this for one of two reasons, I would imagine. He's either hoping that we don't have the ice coverage for this thing, or he's going to Terra, one or the other, because he knows we can't Surf at this point. I'm kind of banking on the former, actually. I'm kind of banking on him not... I'm kind of banking on him just hoping that we don't have the coverage. So I'm actually going to stay in here and go for the Ice Beam. As he stays in, goes Stone Edge, connects. We do survive it with 32 HP in the red. Go for the Ice Beam in return. And that is going to cleanly one-shot the Gliscor, knocking him down to 2. So Empoleon is absolutely tearing this guy's team up, which is incredible. I am... really happy about this performance by Empoleon, honestly. It's more than I could have asked for, as we get some HP back with the leftovers. And it's just, I love Empoleon. It's actually one of my favorite Pokemon slash starters. And so, yeah, it is putting in the work, as now he comes back in with the Slowking. We're just going to go ahead and surf here, or we could set the Stealth Rock up. I guess it doesn't really matter one way or the other, since he could pivot out. We're just going to go for the Stealth Rock because he's got the Regenerator to pivot out anyway. So we're going to get the Stealth Rock back up with the Empoleon here, as he is going to go for a Toxic, which is kind of fine. That is just going to poison us, put us kind of on a timer as if we weren't already, thanks to low HP, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and get some HP back with the leftovers, and we are then going to take some damage from the poison, but there's really no reason for us to switch out with Empoleon with that nice +2 special attack we have. We're just going to stay in and go for the Surf here, see what he wants to do. As he stays in, we go for the Surf at +2. Takes this thing down to a quarter, but it does survive, goes for a Future Sight in return. Looks to be more of a utility set, so he might not really have much of anything to hit us with this thing, which is fine. We are going to get some HP back with the leftovers and then take some damage from the poison once again. So Empoleon still hanging on, still wreaking havoc on this guy's team. As I think we just reveal our final move as the Air Slash here. I think that's what we do. So we just Air Slash here as he stays in. We go for the Air Slash. It is Terra boosted. And that's going to go ahead and take the Slowking out, knocking him down to, if my math is correct, just one Pokemon, as we get some HP back with the leftovers, and then take some damage from the poison, and we do hang on with 10 HP in the red. So Empoleon, this is a Hall of Fame performance from the Empoleon, if ever there was one. So now he's going to go ahead and come in with the Milotic, going to take some Stealth Rock damage. There's no reason for us to switch out, as this is our last Pokemon. We're on our last legs with Empoleon. We're just going to Surf here, as he goes for a Dragon Dance. So that's pretty interesting. Going to go ahead and get that attack and speed increase on the Empoleon, or I'm sorry, on the Milotic. We go for the Surf. Going to do a little bit of chip damage to the Milotic, not much. We are going to take the Future Sight this turn, which will finally be enough to get rid of our Empoleon here and knock us down to 5. But Empoleon absolutely putting on a clinic in that one. Can't ask for anything more than what Empoleon did there. It did good, it did great, it did incredible, actually. So now we have a large choice to make on our hand. What do we come in with to try and deal with the Milotic? So I think, what do we do? He does get burned with the Flame Orb too, which is interesting. So I think our first line of defense we're actually going to go for is we're actually going to go ahead and come in with the Mew. I think that's going to be our first option to try and deal with this thing. So we're going to come in with the Mew, and I think we are going to... What do we want to do? Do we want to try to chip this thing, or do we want to try to set up on it? I think we actually are going to Dragon Dance here ourselves to see what he wants to do. So we go for the Dragon Dance with the Mew. This is an interesting, unique Mew set that I have that is going to increase our attack and speed, as he's going to go for a Dragon Tail. So that's pretty interesting. Not going to do too much damage to the Mew, but it is going to phase us out. So it is going to force us in with the Ogre Pond, which is kind of fine. We are going to get the Mold Breaker coming into play, and he's going to take some damage from the burn. So unfortunately we can't do any kind of setting up on this thing because it's shown to have Dragon Tail. So I think the best course of action is to just go for a Trailblaze. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We do outspeed. Trailblaze is actually just going to be enough to go ahead and take that Milotic down from that range. And that is game. So we are going to win that one 5-0 against Dre, but that was a really interesting match, I thought. Really fun match, and very strong showing for Empoleon. Empoleon absolutely ran that game after the competitive boost, and that is completely awesome. So going to go ahead and back out. And so yeah, really fun one to start off the kind of sort of new era of Scarlet and Violet here post the Teal Mask DLC, and looks to be very interesting changes shaking up the game here, and I am here for it. So but that's it. Thanks for watching in, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Please hit that like button, leave a comment, and or subscribe if you did enjoy, and stay tuned for more new battles in the future. So that's it. and we'll see you next time.